So to add a Google class to your offering, you would create a new class. And once you create a new class, it doesn't auto-populate. So if I go to this class here that's already been created for my history class and I go to people, I would then go over here to students and I would manually invite the students. And as they are part of our Google network, their names will populate. Now, why we use this when we can already use Google Docs with our kids is that the Google Classroom just provides a lot of organization for both you and them. For one is there is a dashboard where comments and notifications are automatically kept in classwork rather than just having shared folders. When I click on an assignment, it's very easy for me to put instructions for the assignment, which is far more difficult to ever do in a folder. When I click on the assignment itself, Google Classroom provides some data that is not really possible when shared folders. One is it gives you a single dashboard to see when things are turned in, if they're turned in late. It also gives me little threaded comments. If you look here on the left side over there, if I click on an assignment, Google Classroom provides me some basic tools on being able to kind of, again, provide that threaded discussion where we can have a dialogue about revisions for the work. You could use a gradebook, though we do not because we have our gradebook through My School app, but we definitely could use our rubrics here. It also has plagiarism checks. So if I click here on the right side, this test tells me that there's two passages they have flagged. So I can take a look at this. Note that you only get as a free education account within schools, you get 5 assignments that you can turn this feature on. So I only turn it on for the final draft of major units. Your schools have to pay to get unlimited plagiarism check at this moment. So this is the big reason why I use it. It's just a lot easier for me to go assignment to assignment. What's interesting is that when I click on the assignment, so this is just a Google Doc window that's built into Google Classroom. So I do this drop-down menu here. You see that I'm actually just nestled here in Google Classroom, and that the file itself, this is just kind of fascinating, is that if I go to Google Drive, I'll find that Google Classroom, what they've done is they're creating folders for my classes, similar to what teachers before Google Drive have been doing manually for this whole time. So for each of my assignments, they've created a folder, and for each of these folders, here are all the Google Docs that they have kind of manually shared with me. So if I go to classwork is here, I typically organize my classwork by units. So all the things are in this units. So I click and create, and I can create an assignment. I can reuse assignments as well. And I also can create quizzes. That's a nice feature. You can create quizzes that actually can create themselves, basically self-creating Google Forms. But when I create my assignment here, I can add files, and I can additionally add files that are not a Google Drive. So I can attach like PDFs and things like that. I can either push this assignment to individual students, the whole class, or I push it to multiple classes. So you have a copy of an e-binder. You want every student to have a copy of it. You go to Classroom, create assignment, click Add from Google Drive, add the document, click down here and say Make a copy for each student. Enter any titles you want. Click drop down arrow here. I'm going to make it for also this class. So now I've made it for 2 classes, all students. Click Assign. It may take a while to finish creating when you click on Class Drive and you want to see the e-binder. Here it is, History Unit 6 e-binder. And not only has it created it, it's named the student's name next to each of their files. So it's really easy for you to look at all their binders.